Previously on Investigating Grace.
Listen, Detective, I know I may sound like a crazy person, but I really do have superpowers. I have mind powers and can change a person's heart. I also have the power of invisibility. This body of mine, it isn't the real me. It's just a shell of who I am. I know I may look like I'm only 26 or so, but I've been around since before the world was even created.
You really expect me to believe you, Grace?
Not yet. I decided to show you my identity in human form because I really think people need to understand what I do to help in this world. I mean, that's what it's all about, you know? Helping people see me, showing them that I'm real. Why else would I risk getting arrested and possibly committed to a mental institution? I didn't ask for this assignment. It was given to me. I am so misunderstood by people. You know, sometimes people need me more than they need punishment. I want Lisa to change because she knows that a new start is a real gift. Now, I can't control her, but I'm patient with her and continue to support her even when she thinks she can live this life alone. She needs me more than she knows, and I'm okay with that, for now.
It just doesn't seem fair, actually. I mean, she is a prostitute. She wears that label well. She's proud of it. I don't frankly believe she deserves any. So you're going to tell me, I guess, the story of the fugitive during our next interview.
I'd be happy to. Have a good night, Detective.
You too, Grace. How was your night, Grace?
It was good, considering I had to sleep on these uncomfortable beds in the holding cell.
You may be surprised to hear this, but your stories are interesting. So tell me about this fugitive that somehow was able to avoid a 10-year prison sentence.
Well, this one's a little more complicated than Clyde or Lisa. Are you ready?
I think I'm just about ready for anything with you.
So Vince, our fugitive, had inside information on an organized crime ring in the city, and he was unwilling to testify in court. After months of a long, drawn-out trial, the judge finally told the prosecuting attorney that it was okay to order him to testify in court. If he didn't show up in court, he was to be arrested.
I understand all that, Grace, but, after months of chasing this guy, after he didn't show up in court, why did the judge decide that it was, okay for him to go? I mean, he had a direct order that he did disobey. Not to mention all the man-hours we spent chasing this guy around the country.
Okay, let me start at the beginning. The organized crime ring was ruthless. They've been known to harm the pizza delivery guy for bringing the wrong pizza. I even heard one of them cut off his barber's finger for messing up his haircut. So you can imagine what they would have done to a guy that testified against him in court.
So he was a little scared.
You could say that.
We've all been scared before, but, that doesn't give people the right to run and hide and, disobey a direct order.
I agree. He should have done what was right, but he didn't. He ran and tried to avoid the situation.
Grace, he didn't just run. He left the country, and then he spent several weeks on a cruise boat. We had a nationwide manhunt out for this guy.
Yeah, I know.
So explain to me why the judge decided not to make him pay the consequences. I mean, what did... Oh, let me guess what you told him. You told him another Bible story, didn't you?
He's starting to catch on, Detective. I told him the story about Jonah.
Seriously? You told him a story about a man being swallowed by a whale.
Well, we're not sure if it was a whale, but we do know it was a big fish. Sounds like you're familiar with this one. I particularly remember this one because I was with Jonah the whole time he was acting like a fugitive.
Here we go again, more superpower talk.
I heard God tell Jonah to go and testify against this group of people called the Ninevites. You see, God wanted to show the Ninevites how sinful they were being, and he wanted to introduce them to me, Grace. You have to understand, the Ninevites were more ruthless than the criminals in the city.
Okay, so how did the judge respond?
He listened again as I told him more of the story. I told him how Jonah ran in the opposite direction and got on a boat to try to escape the Ninevites. I was there with Jonah when they made room for him on the boat. That's Grace. That's me. I was there in the storm to get the attention of the men in the boat. That's Grace. That's me. I was there when they threw Jonah overboard to save themselves. That's Grace. That's me. I was even there in the belly of the fish with Jonah. That's gross, but that's Grace, and that's me. I was there when Jonah gave his first talk to the Ninevites. That's Grace. That's me. I was there when the hearts and minds of the Ninevites were changed. That is grace. That's me. And I was there when Jonah got upset that I actually caused them to change. That's grace. That's me.
So why did that convince the judge to let him go?
You see, Jonah forgot that he was given a second chance. Remember, I give people something good that they don't deserve. And Jonah, he started to get stingy about telling others about me. You see, part of the reason I help others is so that they can tell others about me too. I'm never stingy. I'm giving grace.
Well, it sounds like you don't think anybody should have to pay for his or her mistakes.
When people admit that they need me because they can't be good on their own, it becomes about me and not them. I defend them for the rest of their life. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just my nature.
Well, I mean, I guess the fugitive did eventually turn himself in. He did finally obey the court. It says here he testified. So, I mean, come on. Give it up. Is that why the judge let him go?
Well, that's what most people would think, right? But no, it wasn't because of anything he did or didn't do. It was because of me.
Oh, well, of course it was.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad our fugitive cooperated and ended up doing the right thing, but I would have done my work regardless. And I gotta tell you, the judge is getting to know me pretty well these days. He knows he needs me. What about you, detective?
Oh yeah, I'm getting to know you all right, so I suppose you're going to tell me next that I need you.
Of course, but I don't force that decision on anyone. I can only show you why your life would be so much better if you admitted you need me. Remember, I'm not stingy. I'm giving. So those who know me know they have to offer others what I have offered them. Second chances. Jonah forgot that, and it almost cost him his life.
The more I listen to you, the more I'm starting to buy your story. I wonder if maybe I'm the one that's crazy.
Thanks, detective. Well, we still have one more story before you decide if I'm a threat to society. I really don't want to spend any more time in jail, and I sure don't want to be committed to a mental institution.
We'll see how tomorrow goes, Grace. Try to get some sleep tonight.
I'll try. Have a great night.